morning, sports fans, and welcome. As you know, we are back. That's right. The First Family of Vegas show is back and better than ever. Every weekday, we're going to be coming to you on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, joined by some of the world's best documented, I love that word, documented handicappers, and some of the world's biggest sports bettors. We're brought to you by the best website on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, Sports Memo. We're going to be releasing a ton, and I mean a ton of free pick winners, some great betting insights. We're going to have a few laughs to boot. So join us each weekday so we can improve your bankroll. We have a great show for you today with a panel of very special guests. Guys, this is not a dating show. This is a sports betting show. Look at this good-looking bunch. Guys, we're going to go around the horn. Stevie Seagrave, Wes of Snipers Picks. Now, Dan Kaiser is going to be chiming in. He might be having some technical issues. That's okay. I'd like to say good morning. Steve, how are you today?
Good, Joe. How about you? Looking forward to $5 Tuesday today at Sports Memo.
Oh, I love it. You know, Steve, I want to say we really enjoy having you on the show. You've become kind of a staple here in the few weeks that we're back. And I mentioned something yesterday. Everybody laughed. They thought I was being comical. This is like the mob, the First Family show, buddy. Once you're in, there's only one way out. We ain't letting you leave. We're going to hold on to you. We love you, buddy. All right?
I appreciate it.
You're the hitman. You're the new hitman on the block, and you're killing bookmakers, and we love you. We're not going to let you go. Speaking of killing bookmakers, my good buddy Wes, Snipers Picks. Wes, how are you today?
Doing fantastic, Joe. You got to love $5 Tuesdays, like Steve said. You know, last Tuesday I had the North Carolina game when they beat up on SDSU. That was my $5 pick last week. I have another $5 pick today. It's actually in the CBI between Bradley and Chattanooga. I really like that selection, so I highly recommend or the audience here at Sports Memo go over and get that play for $5. It's a cup of coffee. It's a Starbucks. Go get Chattanooga and Bradley.
I'm going to tell you guys, we're going to continue to put these specials. We have several specials that's going to be rolling across the bottom. We're going to tell you about. We got a new capper special. We're excited about it, Sports Memo. But I want you to know you can't beat that $5 special with the bet. No matter what you bet, guys. I'm going to tell you now, I've been living in Vegas for 35 years. You can't get a lap dance at a Boulder Highway strip club for $5. Those girls don't have any teeth. My wife's not here. We'll talk about that in a second. So I could talk about that today. But I watch those girls. They don't have any teeth. I'm telling you right now. So having said that, Dan Kaiser will probably be chiming in. He had some issues recently over there. Oh, look at this. Look at this. IUD. Hey, buddy. How are you? And Rye Cape. Everybody knows him. Tom Macarena is going to be coming on the show. I guilted him the other day, put him on the spot on the show. But we got a couple of things we'd like to talk about. I'm glad those are IUDs. And is it IUD or IUD? We got to find out. IUD. He said those are the best, the girls with no teeth. I'm not even jumping into that one. Having said that, sports fans, you know how I normally start every show? I look to my left. If you're dyslexic, I look to my right. And I say, hello, darling, good morning to my wife. She's taking a day off, apparently. Even after 25 years, I could still knock her out at night. That's all I'm saying. Not physically, you know what I mean. Anyway, I can still tire her out. She's just going to take a day off. So it's just going to be just the guys today. But you know what they say, the old saying? When the cat's away, the mice, they will play. So we can talk about anything we want. The floor is open. A couple of quick things. I'm not going to do a lot of fluff today. I realized yesterday, even for me, I was long-winded. So we're not going to do that today. Couple of quickies, and anybody that's out there, whether you're married or not, you love a quickie, especially in the morning. The First Family Show is on its own YouTube channel. Subscribe now. Like it. Ring that bell so you don't miss a single show. I'm going to put my buddy Wes on the I'm going to put him right, I'm going to corner him right now. Wes, looks like we're probably going to go Saturday night to Vamped. Vamped is a local rock club. For those of you who watch Counting Cars, Danny Coker, who's the guy in Counting Cars, owns a rock club. It used to be Vince Neil, good buddy from Motley Crue. He used to own it before it was Vamped. It is a rock club. We're probably going to go see Trickster Saturday night. Wes is in town. I know he's a drummer, he told me. I know Trickster ain't really in his genre, but they are a good band. They've been around for a while. They got a couple of hits. You're welcome to come. If we definitely go, I'll let you know by Saturday. Come on down. And like I said, I always have bail money. Couple other things. Sweet 16, guys. We are here. You know what's funny about the Sweet 16, Steve and Wes? All four, Dan is here. All four of the number ones are still alive, and 3 of the number 2s. I'm going to bring Dan on. Dan, we're just going to finish the thought. Dan, welcome. Give me a second to finish this thought.
No problem.
We want to know the girl's name that kept you late today for coming on the panel. That's okay. But the sweet thing, all 4 number ones are still alive. 3 of the number 2s. For anybody out there that wants to ask our panel what they think about matchups, fire away. We are right around the corner. We're less than a month away from NBA and NHL playoffs. Exciting. We also want to welcome Abby, a.k.a. Big Daddy. He's going to be on the show, I believe, tomorrow. All right, so we got some great new cappers coming on the show. Great new cappers at Sports Memo. We want to welcome Big Daddy. His name is Abby, a.k.a. Big Daddy. Vegas Consensus Picks. I'm trying to get them on the show. They hit the ground running over at Sports Memo. They do great work. They got a reputation here in Vegas for 35 years. This week's lineup, like I said, Abby, Dan, Jesse, Wes, Steve. We got a great, and my buddy Sean over the next few days giving out free winners. Once again, guys, anybody that wants to chime in for a question for a panel, that's fine. We've got a couple of specials I want to tell everybody out. Then we're going to go right into free picks. We've got a $5 Tuesday at Sports Memo. Guys, most of your favorite cappers, I can't say all of them. Sometimes somebody just doesn't like something, they don't put it out. But most of your favorite cappers, even the dogs are barking. They're excited about this $5 Tuesday. Most of your favorite cappers at Sports Memo will have a $5 play today. Guys, I'm going to tell you, sometimes they include a 5% play, which, as you know, is the highest rated release we have at Sports Memo. That's a great deal. No matter what you bet, you could get a couple of your cappers, your favorite cappers, or even maybe a new capper that you haven't experienced before. This is a great way to get to dip your toe before you jump into the pool. We have some other things. We have this. This is really remarkable, guys. It's going to go across the bottom of your screen. I'm excited about it. It is a 3-day pass. It's a new capper special. No, excuse me. It's a 3-day pass for all the guests on the First Family Show. It's $10 a day, $30. You use code MEMO3. Any of your cappers, your favorite cappers you see on this show, not just the ones on today's panel, Sean, Jesse, anybody, even Abby tomorrow. Any of those guys, 3 days, $30, $10 a day. Use code MEMO3 upon checkout. We're going to keep that strong, of course, for most of the show. We also have a Meet the Capper special. We got some new cappers at Sports Memo. We got Vegas Consensus Picks. They got a reputation, guys. I'm telling you right now. They're wanted by the FBI for killing bookmakers. We got Abby, a.k.a. Big Daddy. CBI. We have Sean, Tom. $5 a day for a week, $34.99. You can't beat that with a bet. Guys, Sports Memo, they walk it like they talk it. They know that saving your money is just as good as making your money. So go over to Sports Memo, take advantage of these great discounts. We're going to go right into some free plays. Dan, first of all, you came in a little bit late. We know you had a date with not 1 but 2 girls last night. I heard they were twins.
Actually, just to solve your curiosity, 3. I'll name Lenova, and each one had a different problem this morning.
You had a little camera problem, not a problem, a little computer problem. That's okay. We appreciate you coming in. You know what they say, better late than never. How you doing today, Dan?
Doing good. Just ready for another day.
Dan, I see you're all bundled up out there. You're in Michigan right now, am I correct?
Yeah.
You're bundled up. It's chilly there right now?
It snowed yesterday. Yeah, it's supposed to be 60 tomorrow, and then it'll probably snow again on Monday.
My friend Steve, I know he's in the Northeast, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Steve?
Yeah, Rhode Island. The weather's starting to break through over here, though. It's looks like we're out of the woods as far as winter goes. We're starting to get some warmer temperatures, so I'm looking forward to that.
Well, it's time for me to start clanning with my buddy Wes. We're going to make you guys jealous. Got in my car at 5:15 last night. It was 88 degrees. We're expecting 89. Wes, I'm going to tell you right now, while the rest of the country, they got snow. They're salting this snow in their driveways. We're putting salt in our margaritas here in Vegas. It's that time of year. Let's go right into some free plays. My good buddy Dan Kaiser, Dan the Professor Kaiser. I say it all the time about Dan. You do something once, you're lucky. Do something twice, you're lucky. Do something over and over and over, and you're damn good. That's what Dan Kaiser's been doing in sports betting. He's been beating the books and getting anybody that follows him paid for decades. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what you can expect from him on the premium side at Sports Memo. He's got a free play winner. Dan, the floor is yours.
All right. Thanks, John. Yeah, again, sorry for being late here. But, all right, I got a free play on a little bit of hockey action. Montreal Canadiens and the St. Louis Blues. The Canadians come into this game with a record of 33-27-9, while the Blues have a record of 37-28-7. The teams have played once this season, with Montreal coming away with the victory. The Canadians come into this game having lost 2 in a row after suffering a 5-4 shootout loss to Colorado the last time out. They ranked 13th in goals, but surprisingly 30th in shots per game. They scored 4 more goals in 6 of their last 10. Montreal ranks 25th in goals and 23rd in shots against per game. They hold the final wild card spot in the Eastern Conference, while the Blues have been on a roll, winning 6 straight after beating Nashville 4-1 last time out. The Blues are 16th in goals, but surprisingly only 28th in shots per game. They've scored 4 more goals in 7 of the last 9. On the defensive end, they rank 13th in goals and 12th in shots per game. The Blues also have a final wild card spot in the Western Conference, but they have a bigger lead over the next challengers compared to Montreal, who's in a dogfight with a couple of teams. Montreal has won 6 of the last 10 in this matchup. They've lost 2 in a row. St. Louis is red hot. I said having won 6 in a row. Montreal's given up four or more goals in 4 of their last 5 games, while St. Louis has allowed 3 goals or fewer in 5 straight, allowing 1 goal 3 times, 2 goals once, and 3 goals once. Both these teams need to win, but the Blues are at home and have been by far the better team lately, especially on the defensive end and in the net. I'm going to take St. Louis in this one to pick up a much-needed win.
Dan, the Professor Kaiser says, take the St. Louis Blues and take your bookmakers' money. Guys, Dan's been doing this for a long time, and he's been beating bookmakers for decades. He's going to tell you what you can expect from him on the Premium Side Sports Memo. Dan, what can we expect today, buddy?
Yeah, I have a light card today. I have a 4% play in the NIT quarterfinal game between North Texas and Oklahoma State, and I got a 4% play on a hockey matchup tonight.
Great stuff. You got to love Dan. Guys, after this show, go over to Sports Memo. Take advantage of these great discount Sports Memo offers. Go follow Dan. You'll follow him to the bank. Dan, I just thought of something. Were you late today because yesterday was Oberon Day in Canada?
If that was the reason, I would be more than happy to tell you that was the reason.
Okay, we love you, Dan. Dan's going to stick around if you have any questions or comments for him. And, guys, I did want to point something out. I believe Wes said he's got a – did you say CBI or CIT play today, Wes?
Yeah, yes, sir. The CBI.
He's got a CBI. Dan's got a strong play at NIT. I didn't have anything on those matchups, and that's why Sports Memo offers you great variety. Trust me when I tell you, if Steve ain't your guy, then Wes ain't your guy, then Dan will be your guy. If Dan's not your guy, then I'll be your guy, and go right around. You're going to find somebody over at Sports Memo tailor-made for your needs, somebody that you really do relate to, and somebody that's going to put some money where in your pocket, where it belongs. All right, guys, speaking about being wanted, he's a sniper because he's picking bookmakers off from a mile away. He's one of the best in the business for years, and we're honored to have him over at Sports Memo. Sniper Wes is going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what you can expect from him on the premium side. He's got a free play winner. Wes, the floor is yours.
Well, I'll tell you what. So, yes, we have the CBI play. I do have a 4% play. It's a $5 Tuesday. So, for $5, you can get my 4% CBI play between Chattanooga and Bradley this evening. That goes off at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Really like that play. Also have a selection on the ice with the Seattle Kraken and the Calgary Flames. That's a 3% selection, and then a 2% selection. I guess you can call this the late night bailout because it's the last game on the board in the NBA between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Portland Trail Blazers. Have been running pretty hot in the NBA. I had my record up. Let me see here. I am 71-53 for plus over 5,000. I cracked 5,000 last night on the NBA season. And as far as UFC goes, I actually, believe it or not, I'll be transparent here. I did have a losing day this last Saturday, but it's been my only losing day, and maybe I think I had one other losing day in February. But I'm just crushing UFC. 19-8 for 70% for plus 4803 on the season. There's another card on Saturday, and looking forward to that card. As it relates to my free play here for this video, I'm taking a look at the NBA between the Hawks and the Rockets here. So this total's at 235. I like the over here. So it's a lot of points, but this Hawks team, they could put up a lot of points, right? Atlanta, they're 5th in the association. They score 118 a game. They can run with anybody in the league. The obstacle, though, is the Hawks don't play defense. I said this on the show last week. The Hawks haven't played defense since 1985, and that's even suspect. They give up 119 points a game. That's not very good. They allow their opponents to shoot 48% from the field, 38% from downtown. Atlanta is good as far as offensive glass, though. Offensive rebounds, they do get a lot of offensive rebounds, so that's good for second chance points, right? So I like the over here. The total, it's gone over in 4 of Atlanta's last 5 games in general. And when these two teams hook up, don't ask me why. It happens. 5 of the last 5 have gone over, whether it's in Atlanta, whether it's in Houston. It's in Houston tonight, but these two teams, whenever they hook up, it's a barn burner. It's a shootout. Give me the over 235 between the Hawks and Rockets this evening.
The sniper says over Hawks Rockets over 235. It's the winner. Bet the free game. You'll get paid. But you know what? He's also going to tell you what else he's got on the premium side. That's first one where you're definitely going to get paid tonight. Wes, take it away.
Yeah, like I said, 2% play in the NBA. It's your late night bailout between the Cavs and the Blazers. On the ice, I'm on the Kraken and the Flames. Really like that selection. And don't forget my 4% play for $5 over at sportsmemo.com, the number one sports consultant in the business, might I add. Between Chattanooga and Bradley, that's in the CBI, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Really like that selection. Go ahead and hop on board with me. Let's go make some money.
Great stuff, guys. Remember, while we have a few laughs here, bottom line is you're here to make money. You follow Wes, you're going to follow him to the bank. He is a money maker. I love him. You love him. He's going to stick around for a couple of more minutes. And if you've missed any of our free plays, we're going to run them down at the end of the show. Guys, I mentioned earlier that Vegas was almost 89, almost 90 degrees yesterday. It's going to be close to 90 today. You know it's even hotter than the Vegas weather? Stevie Seagrave's picks. He is El Fuego. If you're not bilingual, that means he's on fire. He's killing it. No, Leroy, I'm bilingual. There's a difference. For all you guys that ever watch the Friday movies, guys, Stevie Seagrave is even hotter than the Vegas weather. Number 1 over at Sports Mode, guys. There's only number one, and that's Stevie Seagrave. And to be number 1 anywhere is impressive. Being on a panel of guys that on any other place in the world, any other brand in the world, are number 1s. And you are really the best there is at the current moment. And Steve is just that. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what you can expect from him on the premium side. He's got another free winner. Steve, take it away.
Thanks, Joe. So I'm in action today with a 4% NBA must play for $5 Tuesday. And I actually have a heavy card for myself in the NBA today. I actually have 5 plays today in the NBA, which is a lot for me. I usually have 1 or 2. I also have a play in the NHL as well. Coming off of a kind of a tough weekend. I didn't have the greatest Saturday and Sunday, honestly, but we bounced back strong yesterday with a 4% cash on a plus 110 play. So we'll look to continue that hot streak. And number 1 so far in 2025 overall across all sports over at Sports Memo. For today's free play, we're going to go LaMelo Ball over 23.5 points. If you were a client last night, you got this one locked in at 22.5. This is one of my 5 NBA plays for today. It's not the $5 Tuesday play, though. So Ball is coming off of a tough matchup where he scored only 18 points against the Miami Heat. But now he's facing an Orlando Magic team that he's just really thrived against. In 2 November games this season, he scored 44 and 35 points. Now, his shot volume was through the roof in those games, and I don't expect him to take 30 or 27 shots again tonight. We only need to get past this 23.5 mark. And this Orlando team has allowed the most points to opposing point guards over their last 15 games. And they're also giving up a lot of shots to opposing guards, high volume of shots. And most of these guards have cleared this total against them recently. On top of that, Cole Anthony is doubtful for this game. So regardless of who is defending LaMelo Ball, he's going to have an advantage over that defender. So give me LaMelo Ball to go over 23.5 points. And like I said, we got it in at 22.5 late last night.
Great stuff by the number 1 capper over at Sports Memo in the calendar year of 2025. He says, LaMelo, my man LaMelo, over 23.5 points. He's a winner. That's a free play winner. Once again, I want him to come on and tell you what you can expect from him on the premium side. He says he's got a loaded NBA card. Steve, please tell us again.
Yeah, like I said, I got the 4% NBA must play for tonight, and I have 4 other NBA plays, LaMelo Ball play being one of them. I also have a play in the NHL. And then I'm just looking forward to the MLB coming up. I had a strong season last year in the MLB. Looking forward to the Sweet 16. And in action in all those sports, NBA, college basketball, MLB, NHL, you name it, I'm covering all those sports. So check me out over at Sports Memo.
Check him out if you have any questions or comments for Steve. He's going to stick around. We're going to be a few more minutes, guys. It's going to be a quickie show today. Guys, it's about that time to adjust the volumes on your computers, your tablets, your phones, because I'm so excited. You're not going to need a little blue pill tonight, I promise you. All right, guys. First of all, on the free plays alone on this show, 70% Joe D. I've hit 7 of my 10 free plays, and my free plays make you money. What do you think my premium plays will do for you? Red hot capper in all sports, 69.2% NBA run, 62.5% NHL run. My college basketball is over 70% run, 70.5, 24, 10, and 1. Documented numbers over at Sports Mode. Guys, it doesn't matter the sport. You follow Joe D, and you will follow me all the way to the bank. Guys, I want you to know, tonight I've got 2 premium releases. All right, I have my NHL 17-8 slap shot play. All right, I am very excited about that. I also have my NBA Las Vegas strip move, which won again last night. I gave you the Chicago Bulls on a premium release, getting 4 points. They won by a dime. They won by 10 points. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, one of those plays is a $5 play. I want to save you money while I make you money. If I could build your bankroll, then I've done what I set out to do today. Now, I'd like to talk about my free play. And I'm going to tell you now, I am excited. This almost made it as a premium release. Guys, the Carolina Hurricanes are playing some great hockey. They've been playing great hockey all season long. They currently sit in the second spot in the Eastern Conference, possessing an overall record of 43, 23, and 4. Pretty damn impressive, guys. It really is. I think it's safe to say, since they've acquired Mark Jankowski from the Nashville Predators a few weeks back, they've gotten even better. Each of the last 2 nights, the seasoned forward, I say season, you know what I mean by that, the seasoned forward has scored goals. His contributions have certainly made an impact, as the team has now won 9 of their last 10 games, which does include 6 of 7 since he joined the roster. This is a team that is one of the best in the NHL when playing at home. Overall, sporting an overall record at home, 27-7-1 at the Lenovo Center. They've won 5 straight on their own ice. Meanwhile, there's always a but. You know how much I like a very big but. But Nashville is struggling. They're just 26, 36, and 8 overall, which does include a dismal away record of 8, 22, and 5. They've dropped 5 of their last 6 overall, which does include all 3 played on the road during that span. Guys, in those 5 defeats I just mentioned, their offense has accounted for just 4 total goals scored. This is just deplorable. That ain't going to cut it when you're going up against one of the most explosive, one of the high-scoring teams in hockey. By the way, just to let you know, the Canes have outscored opponents by a combined, get this, 32-12 over their 9 victories in those 10 outings I just told you about. I just don't see this game being competitive in any way, shape, matter, or form. I don't normally go puck line, guys. But a win is a win is a win. You take Carolina, lay the goal in half, take your bookmakers' money. It is a win for you guys. I'm telling you that 70% I'm hitting on this show on free plays, 7-3 so far. Once again, I just want to tell you, I got 2 big games tonight on the premium side. I have my Las Vegas strip move. I told you they won again last night. That's in the NBA with the Bulls. How do you like a 4-point dog winning by 10 outright? I have my NHL slap shot. I believe that's the one. No, the other one is the $5 play, I'm pretty sure. The NHL slap shot, 17-8 run, 68% going back to last season. Guys, I will have some Sweet 16 up. And as you know, I mean, I was crushed. I'm still crushing it in the college basketball. 24, 10, and 1 documented run college basketball. Let me bring everybody back on. Oh, Thor is happy about that. That's okay, Dan. We like that the dogs are happy and excited. I'll tell you right now. Guys, a couple of quickies. Let me just go around the horn. I mentioned at the top of the show that there are 3 number 2s left and all 4 number 1s left in the Sweet 16. I want to be honest with you. I think it's going to be a very good, very exciting, very competitive Sweet 16. Looking at the matchups, I don't think it gets easy for any of these number 1s or number 2s. I'll be honest with you. Steve, is somebody sticking out to you right now?
I'm looking more towards the player props now. I put out a couple of plays where I took a side and that's where I kind of struggled this weekend. So I'm going to stick with the player props. They haven't been released yet. I think that we're going to see a lot more chalk, though. I think, like you said, there's a couple number 3 seeds still involved in this thing, and just looking at my Final Four, I think I get 3 number 1s in my Final Four still. So I think that we're going to continue to see the chalk win. If I don't know if they necessarily cover, but like I said, if you're looking for player props in college hoops, though, I've been doing well with those. I cashed a 4%, 4% play over the weekend on a player prop, and I probably shouldn't have strayed from my player props and team total, so I'll stick with those.
Steve, you're a winner, and anybody that follows you is going to be making money and has been making money, especially since you hit Sports Memo. Guys, I want you to know the integrity of the people, specifically Steve Seagrave. Guys, you see people on social media every day that they're the best of the best of the best of the best. When somebody talks about a loss or having a couple of tough, rough days, that's integrity. You don't find that a lot in the world, let alone in this business. I mean, I like to brag, but I lose a lot fewer games than I win, so the losers stick in my head. The integrity you get from a man like Steve Seagrave is unrivaled in this world. Tell me how many friends and how many people you know that have that integrity, let alone in this business. That's why you should follow Steve, okay? He's talking about having a couple of rough days, and he's straight away. And here's another thing. Here's another point, guys. Some of the people you're seeing on the show are some of the best in the world at what we do. And by the way, this isn't just what we do. This is who we are, okay? We walk it, we talk it, we bet it. We're in the trenches with you. So if we can have a couple of rough days, so can you. So give yourself a break, okay? The thing to do is, I remember once back in the day when I first started and went out on my own and started getting documented, I remember after like several months, I hit a rough patch. And somebody came to me and said, Joe, who's the best baseball? Who do you want if you were coaching a team up at bottom of the 9th, World Series, bases loaded, 2 outs, and I don't remember who I said. He said, what's he averaging this year? I said, 330. He said, so you're telling me you want a guy up at the plate that's out, that makes out 7 times out of 10? Go back to doing what made you great and go hit that friggin' home run in the bottom of the 9th. And it made a lot of sense, guys. The people here that Sports Memo has put together on this site, guys, any one of these guys will be a top capper on any brand in this world. When you get a bunch of them and you're leading like Steve is doing, that says a lot. And the integrity Steve shows. I'd like to go to my friend Sniper Wes. Wes, and I will know by Friday or Saturday the latest, but Friday, if we're going Saturday night, we'd love for you to join us. It's a great place. You'll have a blast. Sound is great. I've seen everybody from Paul and Gene there to Lita Ford. My buddy Sebastian Bach plays there. My buddy Stephen Piercy plays there. Some guys from Asia that we know play there. A couple of other. My good buddy Paul Shortino plays there. It's a great place to watch a show. We'll go see it. If at the very worst, I'm definitely going to Jackal at the beginning of next month. I got to see them play Lumberjack live. Having said that, tell me about your Sweet 16, Wes.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm just taking a look at the odds to win the whole thing. So you have Duke at plus 220, Florida plus 400, Houston plus 500, and Auburn plus 550. Those are obviously, the 4 number 1 seeds, all favored, and justifiably so. I don't know how you bet against Duke at this point. They just look like the machine, right? As it relates to the actual schedule, so on Thursday, looking at BYU and Alabama, it's a high total, man. It's 175.5 points. I think it goes over, man. I just, Alabama, they run, and BYU, I think that they're actually going to maybe be able to keep up with them. I don't know if they're going to cover 5.5, but I think they keep up with them maybe for the first half and maybe part of the second half. So I like the over between BYU and Alabama there. And then on Friday, I was taking a look at Auburn and Michigan. It's kind of funny because Michigan's getting a lot of public love. The public is all over Michigan here, which I'm very surprised. I'm not so sure about that. I might play with the casinos and take Auburn there and lay the 8.5. It's a fantastic public fade, first of all. And I just think Auburn they've started slow in both their games. And I think they're going to come out a lot quicker. And I wouldn't even mind Auburn first half against Michigan. But those are my 2 thoughts on Thursday and Friday.
Good stuff. You mentioned Duke, and I've got Duke going. I don't want to go and say I've got to go into the Final Four. I think the only thing that can beat Duke is Duke themselves, maybe their youth, but they are playing such good basketball there. They are a machine. You're looking around, BYU, Bama. It's hard to go against our Tide. Houston is playing such good basketball. The Kentucky-Tennessee matchup, Kentucky's running hot. They're covering games. That might be one to raise an eyebrow with, especially with that point spread that it is. I think you mentioned Michigan. Michigan's presence in the tournament, the general public is going to follow them. Doesn't matter how bad the Dallas Cowboys are, you're going to get money on the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I mean by that? The Mississippi MSU matchup might be a little tough, but you're looking towards the favorite. Florida's playing so good, but Maryland is playing tough on the stop end. Texas Tech, Arkansas. I think Texas Tech might run away with that game. But Dan, what are you thinking in Sweet 16? Anything standing out to you, buddy? Dan froze. I think Dan froze, guys. That's okay. Either that or he fell asleep and he's narcoleptic and he never told us. Having said that, I think he froze. Dan, can you hear me? I don't think you can hear me. That's okay. Technical difficulties. One more item I'd like to go through. Then we're going to run down today's free plays, run down the specials, get you out of here so you can take advantage of these free winners that everybody gave you today. Dan, can you hear me yet? No, he can't hear me. Dan. Anyway, guys, anything on the baseball starting? We got baseball in 2 days, which is my favorite time of year. I'm going to tell you why for me. All right. During football season, which is the be-all, end-all, 98% of your games are being played Saturday and Sunday. Okay. You've got daily sports like NHL and NBA and even college basketball, but college basketball can get streaky. Some days you got teams that are in the Horizon League or the Summer League or the Conference USA. But NBA and NHL, it seems like the last couple of years we're seeing lines extremely padded, inflated with seeing big numbers. All right. And sometimes with the NBA, we don't know about this load management. We really don't. Back in the day, you might have a little information you don't know now. And the NHL, you really don't want to lay. You see, like you open up the schedule and you're seeing NHL and you're seeing, sake of argument, 10 games and 6 of them are like 185 or higher. All right, is there value in some of the dogs? But in baseball, we have a full slate, 6 full days a week and like a half a slate on one day. And I think there's a lot of opportunity there. I think you have to be more disciplined in baseball because there's a lot more every day to choose from. But in my opinion, we can make more money in baseball than we can in all the other sports. I remember this, though, guys. In Vegas 30-some-odd years ago, before everybody had an app on their phone or bet on their computer, if you got 100 sports bettors in a room, all 100 bet football. About 75 to 80 would bet basketball, and about 15 to 20 would bet baseball. But those 15 to 20 were known as the sharps here in town because they knew you could beat baseball if you pick your spots and were disciplined. Certain rules to play and not to play don't go above this juice or that juice. But I love baseball. It's my favorite sport. It's my most successful sport. Steve, Wes, or Dan, can you hear us yet?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Let's go to Dan. Dan, what about baseball? Anything?
Yeah, I'm usually pretty good at baseball. Just like you're saying, there's so many games for the season and every day. Like you said, just pick your spots. I kind of more focusing on pitching. That's what I kind of look at. I look at the pitching matchups. But yeah, just like you said, don't go crazy. Just pick your spots and you'll do well.
Dan, can I ask you something? You said pitching, and I put a lot of stock in starting pitching, but we know a lot. Some of these managers, they do these inning pitchers. Some of them like to pull left. This one about. Do you give any stock in the betting first 5?
Occasionally.
Okay.
Occasionally, but yeah, I don't know. But some. Yeah, just like on the site, it's just different. So yeah, everybody has like different things. So usually I just stick with full games.
Okay. Steve, what about you? Baseball?
Yeah, I'm excited for the MLB season. I actually have been writing MLB future articles for Wager Talk TV on Twitter if you guys want to check that out. I write a daily NBA player prop article as well. And I'll give one of the free plays I actually have, and it's the Rays team total under 81.5. They won 80 last year, and I think it's going to be big for them to be displaced from the Trop. They're going to be playing their home games this year at the Yankees spring training facility, and I think that really hurts them as a team that's always been built. They have a strong pitching staff like they always do, but I think that this is a situation where their home games are going to favor hitting more than pitching, which is really going to affect them. They had a weak offense last year. They ranked 29th in runs scored. The AL East, we know that it's always stacked basically, but it's stacked this year. I think the Red Sox, and not being a homer here either, I took them as a under a couple years back as their team total wins. But this year, I think the Red Sox are going to compete. We're going to have to make that bet with the Red Sox, Yankees for the division. You got Baltimore in the mix as well. And then the Rays, they have a road heavy schedule early in the season. So if they fall behind here, they start off slow, we could see them as a seller towards the deadline. And I just think the big thing for this is them being displaced from the Trop. I just think that they're so built on that advantage that ballpark gives them. So that's under 81.5 wins for the Rays.
You
Hey,
mentioned
Steve, I have a question for you. Just out of curiosity. So you've read some articles. So if the Yankees are going to play Tampa multiple times because they're in the same division, do they have to use the visitors' clubhouse when they go to their own facility? Do you know how that works?
I would assume that they'd have to. I'm not sure how that would exactly work. I would assume that that's how it would go, though. It's their spring training facility that I think it's the George M. Steinbrenner Field that the Rays are going to be playing their home games at this year. So I would assume that the Yankees would have the visitors clubhouse. I didn't really dig into that, though, necessarily.
All right. Well, I want to say something, Steve. You mentioned the American League East, and it is traditionally, over the last 20 years, I would say 80% of the time, it's the most competitive division in baseball.
Oh, yeah.
The only problem with the AL East is they play each other so much that, it really is, because on any given year, because they play within the division so much, some teams take away from other teams. Some of the teams, let me put it this way. You could take any of the teams in the AL East, and they could, in fact, be a number one team in a couple of the other divisions. It's just that they play each other so much. It's a good division. We can make that bet, Yankees, Red Sox. That's fine with me. I will tell you this. I will not bet. I was going to have some fun, just say, I'm going to send you some Yankees as you put it on your wall. But if I ever lose that bet, I'm never putting Red Sox up. I got a funny one for you.
It would just disintegrate if it entered this room. So
no, I got you. I've got a showcase here with about 250 pieces in it, and that's just one of my showcases. I got to tell you, I don't put anything Red Sox out. Even I have a dream team basketball over there. Larry Bird faces the back. Okay, just want to tell you. All right, well, I'm a New Yorker. I'm in Las Vegas for 35, but I'm a New Yorker. I got a buddy used to play second base for the Red Sox. A very close friend of mine, great golfer. We golf on a regular basis. Marty Barrett. We went to play golf a few years back. He came by the house. We went to have a beer, go sit in the backyard. He says, Joe, where's the ball I gave you? I said, Marty, you were a Red Sox. You think I'm putting that thing in my showcase? You see Ted Williams or Carl Yastrzemski in there? Ain't happening. So he left. But we could make a bet. That's all right. I do want to tell you, once again, Jesse's probably watching. I do not think you'll do what Jesse did to me 2 years ago when we bet the same bet with the Blue Jays and stiff me on my bets. 2 years. I know that you would pay off, and I would pay off too. But we can make a bet. We could do it one day this week. Next time you're on the show, we'll coincide it with opening day. But I'm happy to have you here, Steve.
Yeah.
Steve, you're great. Wes, what about baseball? You mentioned baseball. Well, I want to talk to you about baseball.
Yeah, no, I love baseball. And like you, it is my favorite sport. I actually played baseball. I played high school baseball. I wanted to make it to the minors, but my fastball just couldn't top 85, so I couldn't quite get there. But yeah, no, it's, growing up in LA, obviously big Dodger fan, and, the Dodgers are kind of like the new evil empire these days, but that's cool. I'll take it. We got the championship last year. 2020, you can say what you will about that, the 50 game season due to COVID, but everyone had a chance to win the World Series that year too, and we won. So, we've got 2 in the last 5. I'll take it. As far as what I think about this year, so I'll just throw out a quick future here. I do like the Tigers to win the division in the AL Central. And Dan knows all about the cold weather there in Michigan. I guess he said it snowed there yesterday, and that never helps. They're starting in late March. It used to be April 1st the season started. It seems like it's just creeping up and up. Now it's the last week of March every year. So that doesn't help with the weather there. But, Detroit, they did not have a good offense last year, but I've read some articles, and apparently the team is taking it super seriously. They've improved their diet, all of them. They've worked on their swing, all of them. A.J. Hinch is a fantastic manager. So I think they're going to improve offensively. And, their pitching staff, Skubal, Jack Flaherty came over from my Dodgers, Reese Olson. So they could have a pretty good rotation, and their bullpen's pretty good too. Tommy Canley and John Brebbia. Tyler Holton's a good setup guy, and Jason Foley's a good closer. So I like the Tigers to win the division. You can get that at plus money, plus 270 for the Detroit Tigers to win the AL Central.
Good stuff, guys. You're getting free picks from everybody on the show on top of the free picks that they gave out in detail. Guys, tune in every day here. We're going to run down our free plays if you missed any in just one moment. Real quick, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that like button and ring that bell. You don't want to miss any of our free winners, our fun, our laughs, our betting insights. Let's run down some free. Oh, by the way, you see everybody's Twitter pages. Steve, that's his buzz link, sm.buzz/SS. We'll have his Twitter page up tomorrow. My Twitter and buzz link are up there. Dan's Sniper Picks. Guys, go follow any of your favorite cappers and make sure you follow Sports Memo over on their Twitter channel as well. I'm going to run down the free plays, and we're going to sign off. My good buddy, Dan Kaiser, what'd you have for everybody today?
St. Louis Blues in hockey.
There you go. Sniper West.
Atlanta Hawks, Houston Rockets over 235.
My good buddy, Steve Seagrave.
LaMelo Ball over 23.5 points in a great matchup for him against the Magic.
There you go. And your sexy and savory host, that's for you, Dan. Take the Hurricanes on the puck line tonight, minus a goal and a half at even money. It's a winner. Real quick, we've got some great specials. $5 Tuesday at Sports Memo. If none of these cappers on the panel do it for you, go over to Sports Memo, $5. You'll find a capper that will. We've got that other First Family Show discount going across the bottom of the page. 3-day pass. Anybody on this show this whole week, just $10 a day, $30. It's good through Sunday. Use code MEMO3. And we got the new capper discount. Guys, new cappers, Vegas Consensus Picks, Abby, CBI, Sean, Tom, $5 a day for a week, $34.99. Take advantage of these discounts, saving you money while we make you money. Having said that, also follow your favorite First Family Show guests on their Twitter. Tune in all the First Family shows for a ton of free winners, some great betting insights, and a few laughs to boot. On behalf of Dan, Wes, Steve, this is the First Family, Joe D'Amico, everyone out there, good luck and have a winning day.